Hello. Today we're going to look at cars from a few different brands. Greenlight, Johnny Lightning, AutoWorld, and then also Tomica, Tomica Premium, and Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, as well as a miniGT and one inno64. Not sure where to start. Somewhere in the middle, or let's start with this Tomica actually, because it's a vehicle I've never heard of. The scale is 165, so just a little bit smaller than 164, and it's going to have a very toy-like feel to it. That's the deal with the basic Tomicas. But I'm excited to see what this little van is like, the Mitsubishi Delica D5. TOMY. Okay. Well, it's quite long. It's got a very strange nose. Got a very strange nose. The headlights, well, to be honest, I can't really tell which are headlights and which are, hold on one moment. How does the picture show? And no, it's hard to tell in the picture as well. I mean, I assume those are headlights on the side there, like these things. It's kind of a mess. I don't like it at all. It doesn't have any moving parts. There's not really anything interesting about it, aside from the fact that the wheels are ridiculously small. I mean, it rolls really well. It has suspension. It has weird suspension. I guess it feels like not like once you hit the suspension, you just slam to the ground. There's no like increasing pressure, and maybe that's the case with the other ones, and I've just never noticed. I don't think so, though. I mean, it's got kind of an interesting silhouette with this like long nose, but yeah, I don't think we should waste too much time on this. This is not for me. Let's look at a Greenlight taxi. Chevy Caprice 87 from Checker Taxi. It's got a phone number on there. It's a hobby exclusive, it says, which just means that it goes to hobby stores and not to and it's not part of a series. You know, like it's not part of the police series or something like that. Checker Taxi began as an affiliation of drivers. It's a co-op. Let's take a look at the car. do like the color combination of the what would you call that? It's the color of I mean, it's a very soft yellow, I guess, like French vanilla ice cream. And then I don't know, lime green. Now I'm starting to not like it because I'm thinking of flavors. The number there is kind of cool. Yeah, there it is again. The wheels are nice. I got the Chevy logo in them. This checker taxi logo with the checkered stripe down the sides meeting at it. That's also quite nice. Okay, alright, don't hyper focus on that. The grille looks nice, but the front end is kind of, it's a little bit who cares. I'm not gonna lie. The lights, I think, detract from it. I guess at a different angle, it's less, because the grille is nice, but yeah, when you can see the outline around the lights more, maybe it's a bit more attractive. This front wheel axle is too long. I don't know what's going on. Is it? Yeah, they just got a different sized axle on the front. The green paint's going into the backlights. That's unfortunate. The white paint it's just completely off. Where it says Caprice Classic there is quite nice though. And Chevrolet. It's got some nice details, and it's got some is that like a Caprice logo? That's probably a Caprice logo. It's not on the front, but at first I thought it was the Chevy logo, but it's not. Checker, that's quite nice. What's going on with the windows? Is that a taxi thing? I mean, it looks very intentional. And the windows are pretty clear. Well fitted, so that's good. Overall, it gives a good impression. Let's see if it rolls. All that extra axle, and it doesn't even roll. I mean, it rolls, but you know, it rolls like I can run a marathon for about. I was gonna make a joke, but then I couldn't come up with a real good punchline. It doesn't roll very well, and I don't run a marathon very well. I guess that's the punchline, because I don't like to run. Okay, I mean, that wasn't awful. Looks okay. I mean, I like the checker livery. Okay, let's take a look at another Greenlight. So this one, one's a hobby exclusive. F100, Ford F100, 73, I guess. But when it has this background, I think it's meant to be from the Dukes of Hazzard. Maybe? Or maybe that's a series called Country Road. It literally has no information on the back, just F100, which, fair enough. I do like I picked this one up because of the long bed and the you know, beat up look, and the fact that it had, well, let's examine it in close up. bed itself is also distressed, which was my problem with some other distressed vehicles. The wheels are really cool. They're really cool. The tires have, I don't know, paint flecks or dirt or something on them, but not on the treads. Treads are pristine, which, I mean, only ruins the effect if you're I hope I can fix this, because you can't really flip these, can you? I mean, it's a truck that's already beat to hell, so I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep over that. I really like the grille. I like I mean, I like all of the distressing. None of it looks like cheesy, too cheesy. It doesn't look like a repeating pattern or anything. The grille is really nice on this truck. The lights look good. The Ford logo looks good. The paint on the windows is cool. The windows are still fitted nicely, although if they, well, no, that would be a kind of a distracting thing, because it would be a toy problem, not a, like the tire, you could be like, well, that truck has a messed up tire or messed up paint like around this window. But if the window is not fitted properly, you'd be like, oh, that truck has a window that's part of one piece that's not fitted. Oh, that truck has a plastic window that's not in properly. The back looks good. The license plate is distressed. This is nice. This is well done. Yeah. It's a little bit angled where they connected the bed. I have no idea how to fix, but it's not really noticeable. It's more noticeable on this side. And, oh, it rolls well. Smooth, but also carries. This is good. This is a nice truck from Greenlight, with some built-in plot armor against quality control issues. I like that. Ford F-150, 73, I think it said. I forget the years so quick. The years just flow on by, huh? Okay, let's look at the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo. So this is a Honda Civic Si. In black, I guess. That's kind of ripped. Which is funny because I don't think I bought it used. Okay, so it's got this great and Tomica Limited do this with their boxes, but it's got this great diagram of the car. Anyway, Oh, wow. Look at those headrests. That's so good. It's hard to hold it so you can see, but that's so great. With it's just held up on one side. Detailed dash. A shifter that's the right size. Oh, the interior's great. Right-hand drive. Okay. Honda Civic. The lights are good. They're not amazing. Not for Tomica Limited, but the windshield wiper on the back is a nice detail. License plate looks good. The wheels are nice. I don't know what DOHC stands for. Also, there's something really small there. Oh, or it's something moderately small that's sort of faded in the middle. No, maybe it's really small. Oh, it says something anniversary. Hang on. Yeah, I'll be able to read it on the computer probably. Yeah, these suspension, you push and it gives, and then you still have to keep pushing. It doesn't just like give and then you're up there. The side view mirrors are nicely molded too. They're not just like a half oval sticking out, they've got shape. I quite like it. It's funny, the front headlights are murkier than the back ones. Sorry. Door handle. It's got like a little latch to the side, which is interesting. I don't think I've seen that very much on, well, cars, but also models. It's got like a bench back seat. I can't see what's in the back, but probably just storage. Yeah. I like this. I like the inside the most out of all the details. Oh wow. that wants to roll without even being touched. It's so smooth. Oh my god. And it's got a really nice suspension with a fair amount of travel. The inside details on this are amazing. I think it's hard to say. The problem is that there is not one thing wrong with this car. It's just perfect. Like, it looks amazing. The windshield wipers are nice. The inside is has that gives me that wow feeling that makes me love Tomica Limited Vintage cars. I think that it's not fair of me because I'm looking at the outside and I'm like, yeah, it's got those great Tomica headlights. It's got, you know, the flawless wheels and the tail lights, and you know, everything looks great. But I'm not like wowed by it because, you know, I've seen, you know, so many Tomica Limiteds, that I'm kind of inured to it, which is, that's not fair at all. Like, this is the most pristine, detailed Honda Civic I have, including some inno64 Honda Civics. I have some Honda Civics that I think are cooler from, I think, Hot Wheels of all places, because they just have like a cool vibe. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. This is very cool. The interior is unimpeachable. Like, nothing in any of my other Tomica Limited Vintages compares with that cool headrest. Like, that's a really nice detail. But for the Honda Civic, I mean, is that as cool as this Playboy Honda Civic? I don't know. Perhaps not. The Playboy one definitely has nicer headlights. And a more like ridiculous livery. But that's not Tomica's thing. They're all about, like, you know, just simple street cars done really well. I'm talking about this a lot. This is one I'm going to revisit, I think, because I really like it, but I still somehow feel like I'm not giving it a chance, and I don't like that feeling. Yeah. Very cool car. Very cool car. I'm always thrilled by the simplest or strangest little things. Also, the taping on the back windows is interesting. Okay, let's move on. And let's move on to an AutoWorld that my friend Ricardo sent me. It's the Mustang Boss 302 Laguna Seca. So this one has a fun detail that says, in addition to the regular key, the Boss 302 also used a special red track key that unlocked its full 444 horsepower potential. Why would you ever use the normal key? Like, okay, what if you get into a situation and the cops start coming after you? Are you gonna pull over and switch keys? I watched a video about someone doing a custom on this exact AutoWorld, and it was because it didn't have the exact car-specific wheels, and it had the wrong front spoiler. I just like to watch people make custom cars out of other ones. I think it's cool. Or like wheel swaps and things like that. Okay, rubber wheels. I mean, these wheels are nice, and I'd never really heard of this car before, so there's a little bit of paint on the center there. I do really like the black and the red. And I mean, I can see what the person who made the video sort of felt. Like, you know, you're getting the, I'm always going to say this wrong, Laguna Seca version of the Boss 302, but this is literally AutoWorld's 2012 Boss 302 casting. there's no difference. The same spoiler back here, the same spoiler up here. I don't know about for the wheels or whatever, but like looking at it, it's like I've seen this before. It's just in the cool Laguna Seca paint job. That's not how a steering wheel works. Your groin doesn't drive it. I wonder if it just broke. It's cool that there's some details on the inside of the door over there, though. So, door handle, that's like A level. Not A+, but that's a really good door handle. Windows are good, clear. These back windows are nice. Not in love with the front grille, but I think it's just because of these side silver treatments for the lights. Very distinct engine from the ones I'm used to seeing. I don't know anything about cars, by the way. You know, I don't have my license. I never needed it. I have driven cars, though. Stolen cars. This is a very cool... It's not going to drive, though. Oh, it is. Ish. But this feels like a lot of friction. I guess the weight of the car is what's helping. It's metal on metal, which for AutoWorld is not normal, I don't think. That's like a Johnny Lightning thing. Okay, this is very cool. I really like this. Since starting to collect diecast, my appreciation for more modern muscle just keeps growing, because I find myself, coming across the good examples of it, not just the tacky ones that I see on the street, like the really cool ones, which obviously when you're talking about old muscle cars, like there were so many like weird, gross, tacky muscle cars back in the 70s. But, we always look back on it with rose-tinted glasses and just remember the cool ones. And this is one of the Boss 302 is one of the cool ones for, 2012, but still. And speaking of 2012, let's look at the other AutoWorld modern muscle. I think this is, a 2012 Mustang GT in yellow blaze. Yeah, in yellow blaze. So it's GT/CS, which stands for California Special, I guess. The side stripe is unique to the California Special package. It is a throwback to the original GT/CS models from the 1960s. Yellow blaze was a new color introduced in 2012. Okay. The side stripe's nothing special, is it? Okay, we still have sort of a groin level wheel, but at least it's pointing up. Oh, this has this has better. These are A+. Where's the... Yeah, these don't have the definition. They do have the same molding. I didn't even notice the thumb presses on this one. Like, they were hard to see. Whereas on this one, they're very visible. They're quite nice. This color's really nice too. I'm glad that they invented it in 2012. Similar wheels. They're not the same, I don't think. Or maybe I just think that because it's... Okay. Is this the exact same casting? It's got the map of the Laguna Speedway. That's cool. Laguna. Anyway, it's got the map of the Speedway, which I recognize from video games. Okay, the spoiler's different. This looks like the exact same casting to me. Oh, this is a much nicer treatment of the engine, though. I mean, it's the same engine mold, but it does more justice to the complexity. Wow, that's nice. Actually, I think I like this one better. I mean, they're both great. This one just, the details are better. It's got the same obnoxious silver treatment of the light. I do think that's a really cool detail that I missed, the Speedway. I guess I don't know. Is it just a package like the California Special and the Laguna? Are those both just different trim levels of the Boss? Because this doesn't say Boss, it just says GT California Special. I don't know. I feel a little blindsided by the fact that they're the same casting. I thought I had a better handle on Mustangs. They're beautiful casting though. And they're both, that's what I forgot to do. Oh, I don't like that sound. Okay. I actually do think they're both beautiful with very few flaws. This one doesn't roll. This one has a little bit of paint just on the center of one of these wheels. There it is. And I don't like the outside headlights on the front of either of them with that silver treatment. But this is very cool. And this one has some parts that are cool too. Well, it's got a better steering wheel. It has the same door handles, but they're more visible. I don't like the spoilers much, actually. Oh, it is the same. It's just get some kind of paint buildup or something. Yeah, that's a defect. I thought it was see-through, like separated from the car, but it's not. Yeah, the outward sides are on both of them, and then this one's just messed up in the middle. Okay, so the California Special is cool. I like the color, but I mean, this is a very cool color combo, and the badging I think is super neat. And I still feel dumb about the casting. I was gonna say Johnny Lightning, but let's leave Johnny Lightning for now and open this Tomica Premium. Finish off the Tomicas here. So this is a Subaru Impreza WRX Type R STi version. In Subaru blue and gold wheels. I assume, unless it's some other color. Got that toy sound. Okay, let's do the roll test first. I mean, it rolls very well. It does not have the like almost completely silent, so soft rolling of the Tomica Limited, but it's because it's got plastic wheels. But very, very well. And for the shocks, it's still better than the toy one, the toyish one. Yeah, it's got, but not as defined as the Civic. God, it looks good though. I mean, they got the colors perfect. Those gold wheels are awesome. And the hood and the vents. Man, the front grille is really good too. I mean, the little Subaru badging. I mean, this is such an iconic rally car. I like the backlights. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm a very, very big fan of rally. God, this looks cool. It looks cool and it rolls well. The suspension doesn't have a huge amount of travel, which is, you know, I always say this, kind of funny for a rally car, but I mean, I guess this is like, I don't know, a street version. It's obviously not in a rally kit or anything like that, but so nice. Such a cool car. I mean, such an iconic. Yeah, I'd love to get a Tomica Limited Vintage version of this. I wonder if they make one in the blue and the gold. That would be something. That would really be something. I do love that this is not a race livery of any kind, that it's just like the street version of the car. It's very simple. So you can appreciate the car for what it is. Wow. Wow. I'm just backing out to get a more... I actually really like the treatment of the backlights. They're inserted, but they're kind of... Well, I just got a weird light effect, so they are translucent, I think, rather than... Well, I guess they're all translucent, but they're a weird murky translucent with some gray painted on them. The WRX looks really nice. Oh, everything about this is door handles. The vent on, okay, I'm just saying the same things over and over again. It's in 161, so it's bigger than it would be when compared to 164 cars, I guess, but maybe they're smaller than they would be when compared to a 161 car. But 164 is the standard, so I do always find it worth noting, because in the collection it might look a little out of place, or so it's good to know and not have it and not know that sitting next to something else it might be a little off, because that way I don't wind up thinking that a truck is the same size as the WRX in real life. Alright, let's do a Johnny Lightning. And this is the 70 Chevelle SS 454. The second fastest muscle car in 1970. Even more impressive, it lost only to the 1970 Plymouth Cuda that was 500 pounds lighter. Why do I feel like I've heard that before? Oh, this is version A. I think I opened version B of this at some point. Thankfully, I remember absolutely nothing about that. Black cherry poly is the color. So let's open her up. Okay, wow. I made this joke before, but it skids really nicely. The color's nicely restrained. I mean, it has no wow factor, but it's, you know, it's kind of nice. SS badging on the hood. I think it'll say the 454. No, what does that say? Cowl reduction? Cowl induction. Oh, is that what the two holes in the windshield are? That's interesting. Oh, it doesn't close. It doesn't open or close. Oh, the headlights are really nice though. The grill's nicely painted. It's not anything special. The SS is off-center. The front wheels don't turn. The door handles are just a glob of paint. Has a black painted steering wheel, and with the tan, I guess, leather interior. The back is actually quite nice. It's done well. The lights look really nice. No, this car is a typical Johnny Lightning car, I guess. I went kind of nuts a while back and I got some cases, like, you know, just 6-car cases or releases. You know how it says, it says, Muscle Car USA 2002 Release 1, and it has these 6 cars. I had gotten some Johnny Lightning and some AutoWorld, and maybe one Racing Champion car, and I was like, these are actually really cool. And I'd gotten them off eBay, where the people were selling were selling, you know, ones that there was a bit of quality control in the fact that they weren't going to sell garbage and have it refunded on them. So I got them, and what I got was like if everything about this was pristine. And so I kind of went a little nuts, and I went to the AutoWorld store, where you can buy a case with the possibility of getting, you know, one of the rare ones, which I did get a couple, actually. I got a couple of the, like, ultra red AutoWorlds, and I got a Gold Strike Racing Champion. But there was no one there to look through it and be like, oh, this one's garbage. We can't sell garbage. So I wound up with a lot of garbage because Johnny Lightning just sells a lot of garbage. I don't know why. I guess there's just nobody to... It's the same with Greenlight. I mean, we actually did okay with Greenlight today, but when I was looking through I did the same with Greenlight. I got a few cases, so I still have all of them to open in future videos, even though I'm so frustrated with them. Yeah, Greenlight is the worst offender, and Johnny Lightning's pretty close, but Greenlight is, they literally don't seem to give a fuck, and I can't believe there's not some kind of class action lawsuit against them, because they're not cheap, and like, okay, if Hot Wheels was like Greenlight and kind of garbagey, and you were paying $1 or $1.50 or something for them, you know, it'd be worth the risk to, you know, to pick one up, or the worst you lose is $1. But if you buy like 6 cars at $10 each and all 6 are garbage, like, that's a lot of money. That's not rewarding your, you know, buying a case of them because you're excited and, you know, that's not rewarding your support as a fan or whatever. That's like a spit in the face almost. I don't know. I got very frustrated earlier when I was trying to pick cars for this video, because I went through so many, and then you could see the flaws through the case or through the packaging, and I was just like, should I do a whole video that's just me opening really shitty Greenlight or Johnny Lightning cars? And I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. This is garbage, and I feel like a chump for having bought it. AutoWorld. So Round 2 is a company that owns Johnny Lightning, Racing Champions, which I don't have any of right here, and AutoWorld. And AutoWorld, I don't have any trouble with. Like, I've had a few errors, but I've opened a lot of AutoWorlds. There's not a lot of errors. And Johnny Lightning, it's more rare to get one that doesn't have errors. And Racing Champions, somewhere in the middle. They have more errors than they should. But they're all owned by the same company. I guess they just didn't... Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get this other Johnny Lightning out of the way. This is, so I opened a matchbox of this. Let me get it out. So I opened a matchbox of this car, same year, and it was in white and 62 Plymouth Savoy, and I didn't like it because of its treatment of the grills. And I mean, the back looked nice because they did paint, but overall it didn't impress me. I did, however, think it was a very interesting shape and a very interesting, yeah, just a very interesting look. And then I was very surprised to find that I also had a casting of it in black from Johnny Lightning, of the 62 Plymouth Savoy Max Wedge. We tooled the new Max Wedge engine to fit this casting, allowing us to replicate the 62 Max Wedge for the first time. The Max Wedge engine was developed to capitalize on NHRA racing popularity. I don't know what that means. Silhouette black. I'm gonna guess that's the Max Wedge engine. New engine tooling. Yeah, I was disappointed in this matchbox. But I've been gaining an appreciation of Matchbox in general lately, and so there's going to be more in future videos. Okay, so this has, yeah, the same. That's one thing. Matchbox castings are quite good and quite, like, they go for accuracy rather than like with Hot Wheels where they try and like make the like coolest, most badass version of a thing, like they'd give it a big back wheel or something. So this is a very cool silhouette. I think it's very it's boxy, but it's boxy in like a very sharp way. These aren't perfect red line wheels, but they actually look kind of good. And I love the little hubcaps. Yeah, not perfect, but nothing in this world is. This is the most egregious one. But that's okay. That's okay. Don't get mad. Nobody needs to die. Oh, the red interior with the black is so nice. I'm such a sucker for that. Oh, wow. The windshield wipers are just a glob. Okay. That looks nice. That does. The headlights, I think it's done well. the like bit of shading, or that's not the right word, but graying in between. It looks nice. Oh, those are fat wheels though. Okay, does it roll? Ooh, it rolls really well. It's a little louder and more buzzy, I think, because the rubber's harder than the Civic, but it rolls about the same level of like smoothness. Yeah, and the back end looks great. Let's take a look at this newly retooled engine. Opens nicely. Well, it's got the same shape as the one in the picture. It's not painted with any blue though. That's okay. That's okay. I'll forgive them. My engine expertise is vast but forgiving. So this is what I was hoping it would be, which is this interesting but limited by Matchbox's well, limits, I guess. You know, the fact that they'd only do a certain number of paint passes, and you know, it's very light and insubstantial, and the wheels aren't great. And so just given a more premium treatment, paint on all the sides, the front grille done nicely, the wheels look good. This is just a good version of a car that I thought could be very cool, and it turns out is very cool. So we got a decent Johnny Lightning here, and it's a very cool car. The Plymouth Savoy. I should have saved some of my ranting. Okay, 2 cars left. Let's do the miniGT first. This is one of my, I have a couple miniGT go-to cars that they have a lot of versions of this casting, and it's a casting that I just absolutely adore. So I know that putting it in a video means that even if I'm unsure that any of the other cars are gonna be good or are gonna not frustrate me, I know I'll have this one to open and be like, oh, yet another wonderful Bentley Continental GT3. So this is, like I said, the Bentley Continental GT3. It's number 7 from the Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 Hour in 2020. And it combines 2 of my loves. One of them is the Bentley Continental GT3, and the other is cars that participated in endurance racing. Number 7. Fuck, I love that grille. It looks really good here with the white outline and the line dividing it, going right down the middle. The mobile logo on the vents, or I love how they do the headlights. very, very cool. This is sort of a digital camo, and it looks very familiar. Oh, the I'm gonna put it down for just 1 second. It's a very similar livery in terms of that digital, that diamond camo to this version, which is in blue. This is why it looks familiar. I love that spoiler. Love the muscle on the rear wheels. Just that little bit of muscle. And it's got like, almost like, this feels like almost like a reptile kind of muscle. I mean, which is ridiculous, but now that I've said it out loud, but that's what it feels like. Like it's got these two little bits of arrow are green, and they look kind of like, yeah, it all looks kind of reptilian or amphibian in a fun way. Yeah, I wish they, it's okay. The backlights are nice, they're the same as always. GT3 Continental. The little brass ring there. I love the 7. It's weird. So I thought that the number went in that digital display there, but it says 001 in it. So maybe it counts laps or something like that. I don't know what it counts. On the other cars, some of them have the display. The two from the 100 year of Bentley, that display shows the car number. The Blanc Pain one, though, doesn't have the digital display. So, yeah, that one's got digital display, doesn't show anything. That shows the 107. That one doesn't have the digital display. That one shows the 110. God, that's a cool livery. Okay. I'm excited to have this. It's such a cool car. Rolls nice. The wheels are rubber. I can never remember about miniGT whether they're rubber or not, because they roll so well. That's kind of a hard rubber. And the side view mirrors are rubber. But they're so delicate. So they're rubber so that they won't break off is supposedly the case. But look how thin and small they are. Like I've had miniGT models where they do break off. They should instead make sure that the Mercedes Evo thing with the tiny little hood ornament, they should make that rubber, because that'll snap off like nobody's business. Okay. One car left. So cool. And this is the Mitsubishi Evo 3, the Lancer, from 1000 Lakes Rally, Finland, 95. I have a Lancer Evo 3 that's like kind of a 2-part diecast. It's a rally one, and it's one from the beginning of the race, that's like pristine, and one from the end of the race that's all dirtied up. And I just, it's such a cool idea to me, and it looks really cool. But opening them in the video, I just don't know what I would talk about. Well, I mean, because they would have the exact same details, right? Except for like the dirty effect. So talking about one would be the same as talking about the other. So I've had it for a while and I just haven't opened it. I guess I should just treat it like one car. Open it and accept that they're going to be the same. And that way at least I can put them in the display. So this has the shell livery, which in general I could take or leave. Oh, it's got such a tiny little, look at this tiny little antenna. I've broken a couple of those, so I have to be careful. So, this is a very cool car, the Lancer Evo 3. There's no doubt in my mind that it's cool. I have a lot of affection for it. This one you can tell isn't gonna roll because of how far down the I mean, it's not gonna roll because it's inno64, but like the dust flaps. Wow, that window is cleared. Wow. The harnesses. The spare tire back there. Can you see that through? It's not even really that visible. And it's the same tire that they have on the car. The antenna is cool. Defroster lines that are a reasonable size, and here we go. Look at those back headlights. inno64 are just the masters of that. Like muddled and realistic, and with like depths to them. Very, very good. Very, very good. The tires are cool. The windows are ridiculously clear. The side views have mirrors in them. The front headlights are really good too. Oh, that grille is amazing. The Mitsubishi badging is so crisp, and I think a separate piece. There's something behind the grille on the bottom there in the middle. The roll cage inside looks good. This scoop vent thing. Have I already bent that antenna somehow? I didn't even touch it. It must have been bent. And I just didn't notice. I couldn't possibly be at fault for anything. But I wish that you could get like an inno64 of, you know, I mean, they do some Lancias, but they don't do an Audi Quattro, and they don't do like some of the more interesting ones, like a Lancia Fulvia, or like a Citroen. Like, I would just like to see more rally cars, you know? and more of the really classic ones. Like, I've talked about this before, but like Hot Wheels in 1/64 scale, Hot Wheels is the only company that seems to do the Audi Quattro, but nobody else does it. They do a street version, they do the rally version. I don't know if they've got some kind of special deal with Audi, but you have to go up to 143 before you can get it from other companies. I have a really nice 143 Audi Quattro with a livery from Michelle Mouton's win at San Remo, her first WRC win. And I'm really happy with that. That's a really cool car. But it's frustrating that, I can't get that for 1/64, because this is a great level of detail inno64 does on their cars. Everything about this is great. Everything about this is great. I actually don't think I have one of these yet opened. So it'll be cool to put into my collection. I'm not a huge fan of the absolutely insane yellow and red, like just the garishness of it. And I know that's just how Shell rolls, but this is a car that, like, the street version and like maybe a nice burgundy or something, or like navy blue would be kind of cool, kind of fun to have. Yeah, I don't like these super rigid dust flaps. I mean, I guess they're car realistic, and they do go off pictures of the actual car and stuff like that. Like this was number one in that race that I can't remember, Rally Finland, and it's got the driver's name here somewhere. It would be insane if it didn't. There it is. I keep saying insane. I mean, I can't read that, but on a bigger screen at 1080 it should be readable. I mean, it's a great car. It's a great rendition of this car, and they really take care with their quality control. I put a lot of stock in Tomica Limited Vintage, and I think that the main difference between inno64 and Tomica Limited Vintage is that Tomica Limited Vintage have a great level of detail. They're beautiful, but they also roll and they have suspension. Inno64 are a little more racing focused, though not entirely, obviously, but also they're more detailed. They're definitely more detailed, but they, like, things like stance and ride height and stuff are important to them, and I don't think they are to the same level with Tomica Limited Vintage. Like, I think rolling is more important to TLVN than it is to inno64, obviously, because inno64 hardly ever roll, but they get the ride height right. They'll like jam the car down so it looks and has the same ride height as the actual car. And I think that I think both really have their place. I got a little oversaturated with racing cars, and so kind of drifted away from inno64 for a bit. But I think that they definitely stand on the same level as Tomica Limited Vintage, and at a much better price point. But it depends what you want as well. It definitely depends what you want. Like if you want, well, anyway, I've talked about it an awful lot here, and we still have to do a completely arbitrary ranking of my affection for the various cars that we've opened. I guess it's not arbitrary, it's a ranking of my affection. Okay, so let's do it in order. This Boss 302, I really liked. I really liked it. This one I also liked, but we'll put it back here because it's the same, but doesn't roll. I don't know. This is garbage. I don't think even a kid would like that. Yeah, that was okay. This was really cool. The Subaru. That was really cool. This was pretty cool. Well, think about it while I'm doing the others. This was hot fucking garbage. This was amazing. This was from a different day. This was okay. This was a cool car. Very cool and very cool. Okay, so it's hard here. I mean, I've got, okay, well, these ones are cool. They're not coming up to the front line though. These are all cool in very different ways. It's funny to have a Tomica Premium on the same line as the Tomica Limited Vintage, but this is just so iconic and just done so flawlessly. Like, it belongs here. Yeah, that's 5 great cars, 2 good cars, and 4 kind of shitty cars. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good ratio. Affection-wise, I'm gonna go these 2 cars. This kind of, it's not fair because I'm always gonna love this car. So, okay, so Subaru WRX. Man, it's hard. And this Boss 302. I mean, this is a very cool car, but I talked about how I need to think about it more. And this one, I don't like the livery, but everything else about the car is amazing. And like I said, with this one, this is always going to be, it's always going to be, that's a go-to car for me. It's amazing. miniGT's Bentley Continental GT3. God, this Subaru is cool though. Okay, I hope that you are having a very good day or night, and thank you for watching. I know this one was a little bit long. I did go on a couple of rants, and I will talk to you again. Goodbye.